Hello y'all on YouTube, this is Rob with Rob's Nerdy Knives. Today I have a very special unboxing for you, something coming in from Quiet Carry, something I just received today. I wanted to do an opening, it's a little late, but wanted to get into it. Today I'm opening it with my Quiet Carry the 9. Nice little knife here. If you haven't seen this one yet, you should go check it out. This is with the carbon fiber inlay. Not sure if it's available just yet, but something I was able to get a hold of and you might ask them about. Beautiful knife. Let's go ahead and see what they have here. Let's see if there's any. Oh, yep. I'll get the receipt out of the way. All right, there we go. So there's the knife. Let's see if there's anything on the paperwork. Okay, we're good there. All right, so here we go. The 9. That's the one we just opened it with. All right, what do we got here? Oh, that looks like it might be an IQ, right? Let's take a look. Oh, here we go. All right, so this is the IQ, the large one. I had a small one before, and it was much smaller than this. You can see the beautiful milling on here. Really, really nice. It definitely has a full back spacer titanium. A nice little flipper right there. Definitely see some nice jimping on there. It's a nice, comfortable amount of jimping. Very good. This is a deep milled pocket carry clip. Can you see that? Very, very deep carry. Don't think it's reversible. Nope, it's not reversible. All right, you can see the cutout for the frame lock is, you'll see that it's on the inside, so it's very smooth on the outside. There's a screw there for where we have a steel insert over travel stop for sure. Got the typical Quiet Carry markings there. No show on the screw on this side, but then over here we have what looks like probably T8s. I'm gonna guess those are T8s. I don't know. That might be a T6 in there. But there you go. Let's see, how's the centering on this thing? Yep, looks dead on. All right, well, let's give it a flip and see if it's as smooth as the one I had before. All right, let's see how it drops. All right, it's a little sticky. Maybe it needs to break in. All right, let's see what the axis is like. All right, there's no blade rock right now. It is a thin hollow blade, very nice. You can see that hollow grind all the way. Let's see how sharp that is. Yeah, it feels pretty sharp. Comes all the way up to a nice thin tip. Do y'all see that right there? I don't know if you can see we can see if we get a nice view of that hollow grind. There you go. Yeah, I think it probably needs to break in a little bit, I'm sure, so we can get that full action that we want on that. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. The one I had before was like buttery. Absolutely buttery, and I'm not sure if we got buttery going on here for sure, but we'll have to carry it for a little bit and break it in and see how it goes. The thing about the Quiet Carry, it's completely, blade is completely within the scale and the handle, so it's completely hidden. So you have one deployment method and it better execute well, which it does. It has a nice detent. I like the detent. I want to make sure it does shut. It's a little, you know, it's not drop shutty like the other one was, but I'll put a little oil in there and probably see how that goes. Now I will say this is pretty sharp. I am not sure I'm a fan of that. I wish that was a little more chamfered. So like over here, you can see how that's nice and soft right there. It's really cut out well. It makes that really comfortable. This is really sharp, and I don't know if that's gonna work for me. I don't know, we may have to, we'll try it a little bit. We'll see if we're gonna have to send this back because that is not comfortable at all. So if I send this back, there won't be a review, and it'll be just this unboxing. So everything I talk about it here will be here. But that's a little disappointing to say the least. I think that's kind of a miss right there. I mean, that could have been really nice, but I don't know if you can see that. That's just really, really sharp. I mean, I can start a Ferris rod with that. That's how sharp that is. Let's see here. Yeah, you can, I don't know if you can see that. You can get nail right off of that. That's how sharp that is. It's scraping my nail. That's not cool. Especially if you got meaty fingers like mine. I guess if you got dainty little itty bitty fingers, this will be just fine, but maybe they designed this for the dainty little finger person. But see, that's what I thought the little Quiet Carry was. I mean, the little Quiet IQ was, the Quiet Carry IQ. Because I could barely get my fingers in there, but it felt a lot more comfortable than that. Not as aggressive as that. That cutout here, if you will, or relief, or whatever you want to call it, probably cutout really is what it is not comfortable. I am not a fan of that. I'm going to have to ask him about that, because that is highly disappointing. You can see a great deal of milling on the inside, so it is pretty light, I will say that much. That's for sure, but before I do much more with this, I got to ask him about that, because that is just not, man, yeah, I don't like that. And I have a feeling that's going to really bug me. And I'm either going to have this knife for a very short period of time and sell it and lose money, or I'm just going to return it and get my money back. So yeah, I'm going to have to reach out to them about that. That's really, really disappointing. And yeah, we already got scratches everywhere on this thing too. You can see that without even opening it up. We've already got scratches right there. Do you see all of that? So I don't know if this was mishandled, dropped, or this is a used one or something, or what. Yeah. Well, that's how I got it out of the box, right? It's got some scratches. I mean, I get this is stone washed, so we get the stone wash going all around here, but this right here is scratching like it's been rubbing or something. I don't know if you can see that, but that's not stone wash. That's a scratch. And I get it's minor and it's minuscule, but you know what? When your first experience is, ow, that's uncomfortable, because I can already tell you if I do this flipping for a period of time, yeah. This is one of those things that this is not made for big meaty fingers. This is made for little itty bitty dainty fingers, little fingertips, you know. So if you've got a small thin fingertip, this would work. But the thing about it too is, if your fingertip better be really calloused, well calloused, with this very sharp edge. So I can see why this probably went on sale. I hate to say it. It's probably wasn't moving very well. And if you're looking for an honest review about it, I will be honest here. It's a beautiful knife, gorgeous milling. The design is beautiful. I love the quiet carry, the IQ, the regular one. It's just a little too small. I love the idea of having a larger one. I thought it would be fantastic. I think the hollow grind blade is gorgeous, very well done. I believe the blade shape here is just fantastic, very useful. There's so many good things about it, but man, this right here, which is a key way to close it, is going to rip my skin. It's going to cut my skin eventually and pull that apart, just like anything that you have that doesn't work well, right? I mean, this to me is just, I don't know, I'm going to call that, like, best I can call that is a design flaw, design miss or something. I mean, there's still pieces of my nail from me just going like that on here. That's crazy. Yeah, that's way, I cannot believe that they would have it that sharp. I don't know if you can hear that. I mean, that is just really sharp right there. Okay, so let's get up nice and close to it. I don't know if you can see that. You see how sharp that edge is right there? Yeah. I mean, okay, so the engagement here is a good, I'd say 30%, so that's good. But, you know, once you release it, it does drop with a little bit of shake. It's got a shake drop to it. It's not a drop shut. So, you know, there's that. I don't even know if I want to put oil on this. I think I'm just going to reach out to them first, because that is highly, highly disappointing. Yeah, that's highly disappointing. And let's see where that detent is. All right, so we clear the detent right there. All right, so that's the detent. Let's see how the detent click comes in. All right, so it's nice and solid. I can't really reach see if there's any detent lash, but there's not anything there. There's no blade rock, so that's good. All right. Sorry, I'm listening for this. I think I hear a little grinding in there too. That was very different than the original IQ. The IQ was the most buttery smooth knife I had at that time. It was phenomenal, absolutely. Like this one here, when I got it, it was a little dirty, and I cleaned it out, took the washers out, and I made this much smoother. I didn't have to really put any skiff bearings or anything in this one, though I may still do that. But this is definitely knocked out of the park. I am really, yeah, see, I can already feel that. That's already digging in. I mean, I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that? For me, in order for me to open that knife, I have to do that. And you can see that right there. That's like just digging right into my hand. You do that for any extended period of time, if you like to fidget with a knife, this is a no bueno fidget knife, I'm going to tell you that. No bueno, no, yeah, I'm not, yeah, I'm probably going to reach out to them and return this one. That's really, really disappointing. But it's a beautiful knife, gorgeous. If you're okay with that sharp edge and that doesn't bother you, I would say go for it. I am going to ask him about that, because that to me is really, really disappointing. Yeah. So that's my honest review about it. I'm not trying to be critical, because I like Quiet Carry a great deal. I love their drift. I love the IQ. I'm sure I would love some of the other knives, but man, I really, really love the 9. The 9 is just phenomenal. This is like their best knife, I think. I love this knife. Gorgeous, gorgeous, great knife. This is fantastic. Cannot recommend this one enough. And everything about this knife is fantastic until you get right here. But the problem is that's such a key component, and it's on both sides, and just in order to disengage the lock every time, it's going to dig into my thumb like that. And I'm not going to have any sort of fidget factor with this thing. I'm not going to be able to fidget this thing at all. That is really, really bummer. Well, yeah, I think I'm just going to put it right back in the box, and we're just going to contact them and let them know. So that's my unboxing. Probably my impression. I'm not going to give you a long-term review, because I'm probably not going to keep this. But that is my impression, initial out of the box. Digging into my thumb, I can definitely feel it's a little tender already from all those, that really sharp edge, which, you know, when you fidget a knife, if your knives are fidget toys, you want to be able to keep going. And I mean, this right here, I mean, they know how to do that. See how well they executed that? That is beautiful. That is absolutely phenomenal. I mean, just look at that. You're definitely going to go in there, and in order to push that down, you know there's an angle. You're not going 90 degrees that way. You're always going down at an angle, and that's why it's usually a relief at an angle like that. You don't want to have a sharp edge. Just really surprising and very disappointing. So maybe that was a defect in the knife. Maybe they're going to change it. I don't know. I'll have to ask them. But that is my review based on my experience with the IQ. The initial IQ was phenomenal. Maybe because the lock bar was much thinner and much lighter. Maybe it didn't dig in as much. Maybe it was the exact same design, but being that it's a larger knife, more robust, that's digging into my thumb, and that's causing it to be uncomfortable. But there you go. That is my unboxing of the Quiet Carry IQ, the large IQ. I'm just not a fan of that. So if you're looking for something, like I said, if you're looking for something that's very fidgety, it is that. But if you are a long-term flipper and you close this, I'm telling you, at least for me, I can tell you already that's going to be very uncomfortable. So unless I'm missing something, unless there's like a super secret way to open and close this, you know, like maybe they're expecting people just to stick their whole finger in there and do this like every time, it just doesn't seem logical. I don't understand why it's like a 90-degree right here and it wasn't angled. Chamfered. I don't get, it's not even chamfered on the edge. Everything else is chamfered. Why would you not chamfer this? Why is this chamfered and this so sharp? That's crazy. Sorry to get caught up on that, but it's such a major part of closing the knife. And I can tell you, it can be great opening a knife, but if you can't close it comfortably, you're only going to be able to open it and then barely close it. And, you know, I'm not willing to sit there and do the reverse close on this knife. That's not what I bought this knife for, to do that. And even then, that's going to be dangerous because I'm going to flip and cut my knuckle on doing that. The whole point of this is to close it, have that little part of the flipper bar drop on my thumb, catch it, and then I can just close it. But, I mean, just that's crazy. I mean, I've still got marks from all the other flips on here. That's just... So there you go. That's my honest review. If you have any questions, any comments, any thoughts, if I missed something, or if you have this and it's very different for you, would you let me know in your comments down below? I'd love to hear if you have any questions about my reviews or any ideas, suggestions. I would love to hear from them. If you enjoyed this review and you enjoyed the content and what I put together, would you consider hitting the like button? I sure would appreciate it. It helps me to know my content is of value and helps me to keep producing more value. And if you like this content, would you consider subscribing? That is also a great help to me. And then if you've already subscribed, maybe hit that notification button so you can be notified of upcoming content that I'll be dropping. And then if you've already done all that, maybe check me out over on Instagram at robs_nerdy_knives. That's robs_nerdy_knives on Instagram. Hey, thanks so much for watching today. Have a great day and a great week. Bye.